Welcome into another Sunday Night Pop Blender Unfiltered. What's going on, y'all? Hopefully you got to watch the Super Bowl. Just got done. It wasn't the game that it was maybe billed to be, or maybe it was billed to be, as it was a defensive standoff, and the Seattle Seahawks prevailed. I'll be honest with you, I don't mind a defensive game. And I know today's NFL fan is not the fan of low scoring games like we used to have, but I got to be honest, I enjoy watching good defenses play. And these two defenses showed up tonight, especially for the first 2.5 quarters, 3 quarters, really the whole game. Seattle really didn't get a chance to explode on offense the entire game, but it was their defense that made the difference. I would like to see their kicker get the MVP. If not, I would like to see the defense get a collective MVP, which we don't ever see, but I think it would be appropriate. Just like when the Patriots beat the Rams a few years ago in a very low-scoring Super Bowl, the Patriots defense deserved a collective MVP, and I would love to see that. So yeah, welcome in. Gonna talk about the Bad Bunny halftime show. I did have it on. I did have the Turning Point USA show on as well. I'll give my thoughts on both of them. I think they might be disappointing to some that might be looking for controversy. But I'll give my thoughts on those here in just a second, man. Good to see you guys rolling in. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you've had a good Sunday, a good weekend. Anyway, we did get some movie trailers during the Super Bowl. I think the commercials were another letdown. Matthew and I went over some of them a few days ago. I don't think Super Bowl commercials have been that good in probably 10 years or more, maybe even longer. I think the 80s and 90s were the sweet spot for Super Bowl commercials. And then after that, I think it's really just kind of fallen off, especially with the prevalence of the .com and the e-commerce and kind of the quirky sense of humor, I guess, that's invaded a lot of what we like to watch and stuff. And I'm not talking about like woke shit. I'm just talking about the jokes aren't that funny, right? Whoever's writing for these marketing departments are not that talented. And I think they have a lot of handcuffs on them, and it prevents them from really being creative. The most creative one I remember last year was the Eugene Levy eyebrows commercial, where like the eyebrows kept flying on to other people as a mustache or whatever. And I thought that was creative. That was fun. But for the most part, I thought the commercials were a letdown. Hopefully you guys got a chance to watch them and got a chance to watch the game. Turk Murphy's Toy Solutions, how you doing, man? Graf is in the house. Shane is here saying great game. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't have to be a 41-40 thriller. Those games are fun. But, man, both of these defenses showed out. 29-13 is the final score. That's really not indicative to me of the game. Again, I think the kicker for Seattle should be the MVP. I'll wait to see who got that. I've got NFL Network kind of on in the background. But anyway, so we'll see. We'll see what's up. Ronnie Trickshot here says, love the halftime show. Something new, something different, something fun. Party time. Yes, I will say the halftime show for me, and I'm not going to get too into it right now and not a ton into it here in a minute, but to me, the halftime show was like going to it was like watching a foreign film. Watching a foreign film without the subtitles. You can kind of watch the screen, you can get a gist of what's going on, but eventually you just kind of, you go, I don't know what the fuck the chorus is. I don't know what the fuck dude's saying. And no, I didn't have 5 or 6 weeks to learn Spanish, as Bad Bunny said a few weeks ago, nor should I. But I just think for most of the people, and even in the stadium, I'd have to imagine, you have to understand, let's just take the stadium, for instance. Tristan, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Bobby Wold is here as well. Good to see you, Bobby. Let me go back to this comment. So you have to imagine the people in the stadium and how much these tickets go for. These tickets are thousands of dollars per person. On top of all the corporate boxes, right? All the corporate people. That's mainly what the Super Bowl is for. Corporate people and people who have the disposable income, unless it's their team, right? If you're a Bills fan and you don't really make a lot of money, but the Bills are in the Super Bowl, I'm guessing you're gonna scrape up and you're gonna take out a loan. You're gonna figure it out. But my point is I'd say most of the people in the stadium probably had no clue what the songs were, had no clue what the words were. And so to come at it from this side, I can fully understand why some people are like, okay, why are we doing this? Because if you don't follow his music, then chances are, and if you don't listen to pop radio, which I'm guessing most of y'all don't, then you're going to have a hard time really grasping even maybe a song. One song you can latch onto and go, oh, hell yeah, I know that Coldplay song, or I know that Imagine Dragons song, or whoever the fuck. But with Bad Bunny, unless you follow his career, unless you follow him, you probably don't know one of his songs. And if you've heard it, you definitely probably don't know that it's him. So aside from all the political part of it, for me, it's just like I was watching it. Other than grabbing his crotch with both hands often, which I can't really say a lot about that. I enjoyed Michael Jackson when I was, younger, and his music and everything. Prince, Madonna, that was risque back in the day, I guess I could say. But just watching it, eventually it just kind of, it's like, okay, they're having a party, and he's not a great dancer. Okay, so he's not like, if you liked Chris Brown back in the day, or and even Usher, who was a good singer, you couldn't just say, oh man, those dance moves, right? So Bad Bunny is not really a dancer. He brought on Lady Gaga. He had Ricky Martin, I believe. I did see, however, and I want to show this photo. I do want to show this photo because I know Ronnie Trickshot is going to be absolutely excited as hell at this shot on the stage during the show. None other than the lovely, the talented, magical, and mysterious Pedro Pascal. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Pascal found himself in the middle of another controversy. I don't know. But he was there, and he was praying in that moment, actually praying in that moment. And then I heard Jessica Alba was on the stage. I heard Cardi B, and her big ass was somewhere on the stage. I don't know. Maybe it's here. I don't know. No, it's not. But anyway, so yeah, look, I didn't find it overly offensive. I didn't find it crazy. I did think that there was a lot of hype about that. I thought maybe he would display some kind of political message. Not really. He had a football at the end that he kind of held up to the camera for a second, and then he slammed it down on the ground. It didn't really have a political message on it either. As he spiked the ball, I thought, okay, here's his chance, right? That didn't happen either. So really, for me, not being a fan, I didn't find it that interesting. I also didn't find it that offensive. I think it was much ado about nothing as far as the performance was concerned. As far as Bad Bunny and some of the things that he pushes and the ideologies that he pushes, yes, I understand why the overwhelming majority are not into that. They just aren't. Okay? I don't care what anybody believes, but facts are facts. Most people aren't into trans and gay and stuff like that. However, the NFL has been pushing a envelope for a while now that is very feminist and very female agenda based. That's their choice. They're a private company. They can do what they want. But I do believe that, and I think the numbers bear that out. Whatever you think about that, who cares? Some people don't watch it. Some people do. I love football. I'm going to watch. That's just how it goes. But the halftime show, I didn't think was all that controversial. Let's see here. Neither had great titty representation. We are in dark times. I agree, Graf. We are in dark times indeed. However, I do like the fact that Seattle Seahawks refer to their defense as the dark side. And in the pregame today, while I was at work, I saw where they did a whole presentation during the pregame, and it showed like a Jedi cutting down people with a lightsaber, and they talked about the Seattle defense. And that was pretty cool. I appreciated that. Let's see here. And Tristan, appreciate the quick shout out from work, and I hope you have a chance to listen and hang out for a little while. 18 people rolling in. Thought they were going for a touchdownless Super Bowl. Bobby Wolves says, yeah, you and me both, man. I thought it was going to be a shutout, to be honest with you. Seattle's defense was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Lunchbox Killer, what's up? Good to see you, man. Hang out for a little while if you can, and if you can't, then come back and check it out later on. Todd C is in the house. Dang, Seahawks won. Why is Pop out of focus, but his background is in focus? It could be the focus on my camera and the fact that my lighting is wacko. We'll see. Maybe I can fix it. If I can't, I'll be honest with you, I'm not that worried about it. I could adjust my lighting and maybe make it a little brighter. We'll see. I'll see what I can do. You guys tell me if it gets on your nerves, then we'll work with it. Because the last thing I want to do is mess with y'all's viewing pleasures. Let's see here. Shane says they're running out of time to have ZZ Top and Aerosmith play the halftime show. Well, Aerosmith is retired, and ZZ Top is one guy left, I think. Frank Beard, the drummer, conversely, the only guy without a beard, is still left. And Ronnie, I agree. I enjoy a crotch grab from time to time myself. Tristan says not the Stones, though, Shane. Pretty sure they're undead. Yeah. And gladly he wasn't touching anyone, only his crotch. 3 stars says, I didn't watch a second of it. Did he play Oyo Como Va? No, he didn't, but I think it would have been a lot cooler if he did. And Ronnie Trickshot says, my Pedro, my hero. And there he is. If I had the red trench coat on quick draw, I'd bring it up for you, but I hate to disappoint you. You know that, my friend. I hate to disappoint you. One of the best cricket players in the world, ladies and gentlemen, Ronnie Trickshot. War Chest grabbing his crotch from the great state of Missouri, the show me state, right? Somebody said show me, and War Chest said I'll show all of it to you. What's going on, buddy? So anyway, conversely, the Turning Point USA. Now, I was at work today. I work in an area of town where there is a lot of people who make a lot of money. It's not the richest part of town, but it is a part of town where the houses go for $8 to $2 million. And these are usually young professionals. They are in their early 30s, young men who have graduated college, maybe just got married or have like a young child, or are single and are renting but are making well over $100,000 a year. That's a shit sport. So you would think a lot of the people that in the area that I work in are conservative, or maybe fall on the line of more Republican. I don't necessarily think that's the case. There are plenty, but there are also plenty of people who go on the other side of it. However, I will tell you, and I'm just being honest with you, I don't lie to you, I tell you the truth. Most of the people I talk to, when it came to this subject, most of them questioned why it would be in all Spanish. And it wasn't that they were like, God, I hate that. I hate immigrants. It had nothing to do with that. It merely just was like, you have 150 million people, or how many ever people that are watching this thing. And the overwhelming majority of them in the country do not speak another language other than English. So if you're going to have a performer that performs songs, it's fine if they perform like a song or two in Spanish, but they mix it up with English. But why do the whole show in English? And then on top of that, antagonize people by making a statement that's like, well, you've got 6 weeks to learn English, or 4 weeks to learn English, or something like that. So most of the people I talked to came from that aspect. Most of them also didn't give a shit about the halftime show. Most of them truly did not give a shit about the halftime show. I'll be honest with you, I haven't really paid attention to one since Shakira and J-Lo, and it's only because I was at a Super Bowl party at this fucking mansion. And when I say mansion, I mean this big ass house in a nice part of Nashville. And got invited to a Christmas party there, and then subsequently a Super Bowl party a year later. And everybody was watching Shakira and J-Lo. Not for the music. Not for the music. So that's the last Super Bowl halftime show I really even paid attention to. Before then, it probably was Prince. I didn't even find the Tom Petty show that interesting personally, and tuned out probably halfway through. But the Turning Point USA show was really interesting because it was some country singers, and it was mostly a country show. If you're into current country, you probably would have recognized some of these artists. It was fine. It was definitely non-offensive until Kid Rock came on and he did Ba with the Ba, and instead of playing the song, they cut in a segment from a Joe Rogan podcast where Kid Rock acknowledged that he believed in God. It wasn't an overly like preachy segment, but you could hear the song in the background. You couldn't hear the words. And that was on purpose. Because Ba with the Ba, the Bang Boogie, has a lot of what some would consider offensive words in it, maybe. If you've ever heard, what is it, Want to Be a Cowboy, right? That song has some very, I think it's a funny song, but it has lyrics in it that all these people tuning into the Turning Point thing, if they'd have heard Ba with the Ba and heard Kid Rock saying the words to it, I have a feeling they would have gone apeshit crazy. Okay. And so, let me just give you an idea of the lyrics to Ba with the Ba, by the way. Okay. This is why they played a Joe Rogan clip over the top of it. I'm going to even put the lyrics on screen and I'm going to read them to you. Okay. And this is for the questions that don't have any answers, the midnight glancers and topless dancers, the gander freaks, cars packed with speakers, the G's with the 40s and the chicks with beepers, the northern lights and the southern comfort, and it don't even matter if their veins are punctured. All the crackheads, the critics, the cynics, and all my heroes in the methadone clinics, and all you bastards at the IRS for the crooked cops and the cluttered desks, for the shots of Jack and the caps of meth, half pints of love and the fifths of stress, for the hookers all tricking out in Hollywood, and for my hoods of the world misunderstood. I said it's all good and it's all in fun. Now get in the pit and try to love someone. Ba with the ba, da bang, diggy diggy. Okay, so I don't think Turning Point would have been really cool with those lyrics. It is for the time bombs ticking and the heads that hang, all the gangs getting money and the heads they bang bang, wild Mustangs, the porno flicks, all my homies in the county in cell block 6, the grits when there ain't enough eggs to cook for the DB cooper and the money he took. You can look for answers, but that ain't fun. Now get in the pit and try to love someone. Yeah, I don't think the Turning Point people wanted those lyrics broadcast on their stream. So they took Kid Rock, but they played a Joe Rogan interview over the top of the song. And I thought that was pretty interesting because, and I tell you guys, look, you know my views on a lot of stuff, but what you don't know or what you don't think is that I do try to look at things from both sides of the picture. Okay, I'll tell you what I think, and I have no problem doing that. But I also will look at both sides of the issue and try to figure out, like, okay, what makes sense to me? So what's funny is Turning Point is saying, hey, we don't like Bad Bunny. We want America first. We think it should be English. We don't like somebody pushing trans and gay ideology. That's our viewpoint. That's how we feel about it. So we're going to put on our own halftime show. And then you have Kid Rock, whose first song out of the gate is a song about crackheads and strippers and methadone clinics, crooked cops, shots of Jack. You see where I'm going with this? So I just find it not only hypocritical, I just find it really interesting that it's like, man, we got to put on, and as 3 Star says here, if they had modern country singers on it, it was offensive. Right, I agree. My point being is that for all the people that were like, yes, we need an alternate halftime show because this guy and whatever, all the angles. And then you have Kid Rock. Well, Kid Rock, he portrays himself as an all-American dude, and I believe he is. But he also ain't the demographic for Turning Point USA. I mean, I'm just saying. So when you invite him to perform and he comes out of the gate with that song, they had to know, and that's why they ran a Joe Rogan clip. I mean, I found fascinating. Now, I don't know if that was on every version. I know the Trinity Broadcast Network was airing it. I know it was on YouTube, which, by the way, impressive. 4.5 million viewers on YouTube for the Turning Point USA halftime show. That's impressive, let alone all the other people that found it on a different avenue. Let me see what you guys have to say here a little bit, just to catch up. Let's see. Yes, there was some female country singer in a Hillary Clinton suit. I agree. Whatever that pantsuit was, I don't know. I'm sure everybody in Minneapolis enjoyed it. Yeah, times are wild, Ronnie. Times are definitely wild. Shane, I would have preferred Santana, but Santana at this age, maybe not. Santana, maybe even 10 years ago. I'll give you that. Let's see here. Yeah, all my heroes in the methadone clinic, right? I mean, yeah, it's fascinating, really. William Emery is in the house. What's up, William? Good to see you, man. Yeah, gotta admit, I didn't think of censorship until now. And that's the thing, right? Like, what is this really all about? It's performative, right? It's performative by conservatives. It's performative by liberals. That's what we have now, right? We don't even have like a just normal party anymore on either side, I don't think. I think it's very performative. It's very over the top now, and by both parties, and it's shock value for the sake of shock value, and it's not interesting, and I don't think anybody finds it interesting anymore. War Chest says, I'm shocked that Erica Kirk didn't fly down on cables with her own JC and blow it up. Wow. I don't see her doing that. That's all I'm going to say. But who knows? For all we know, she might resemble some of those Kid Rock lyrics. We don't know. I don't know her. I think she is a good lady. I do. I know it's been said, but I think but I don't know that. I really don't. Let's see. Yeah, 3 Star says Kid Rock is an interesting choice to showcase conservative American values. And Turk says I'd have preferred Sam Fish for the halftime show. Sam Fish? Who the fuck is Sam Fish? Sam Fisher? The video game protagonist? I don't know. You gotta educate me on Sam Fish because I'm a little bit lost on that, Turk. Nonetheless, I give the Bad Bunny halftime show a X-Play themed 2 out of 5 stars. I give the Turning Point USA show a 2 out of 5 stars. I'm Adam Cesspool with Morgan Webb. No, that's just how I feel about it. Neither one of them were very good. Samantha Fish. How about Samantha Fox? Samantha Fox, Turk Murphy. Naughty girls need love too. Warchest says, I did notice the new Hydro Viper comes with Erica Kirk eyes. Yes, she does. For Hasbro has not yet revealed the Hydro Viper is a female with pronouns of she and her. Rough game for both of these quarterbacks. Whew, Drake May got his ass fucking just obliterated tonight. I think they had 6 sacks. Should have been like 8. But 6. A couple got called back because of a penalty. But yeah, Sam Darnold, on the other hand, 19 of 38, 202 yards. Mediocre game, to say the least. But Seattle wins. Seattle wins. If you're a Seahawks fan, then I'm very glad for you. As you can see, I wear my colors right here. Anyway, yeah, no Sydney Sweeney means no fun, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I feel about it. No Sydney Sweeney means no fun. I did see this, though. The Pittsburgh Steelers have signed a new player. Pittsburgh Steelers have signed a new player to their roster. He is a fullback, a little old, but they have signed a fullback already. Right after the Super Bowl, they are trying to piece together a team that can run, make a run at the Patriots, make a run at the Seahawks, and I believe they're going to get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the new player for the Pittsburgh Steelers, one Donald Trump at fullback. I mean, look at the grip on that ball. That grip on that ball is almost as good as the grip on the balls that Bad Bunny had on himself. Joe Ara, 42. What's going on? I need to get with you, man. I need to get with you and join a stream. I need to figure out what a good day is. And try to figure something out with you, man. I need to hit you up on Instagram and figure something out. I says, oh, please get him out of the Steelers uniform. I kind of like it myself. Of course, you and I both differ on politics, but that's okay. I would take a Donald Trump with those guns. Are you kidding me? If he had those guns, I'd take those guns all day. Well, the funny part would be when he's taking his helmet off. What would his hair do? I think that's probably the funny part about it. I saw that thumbnail though for D-Day Cobra, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and I was like, that's pretty good. And I don't think he's a Steelers fan, so go figure. William Emery says Minnesota sure is kicking themselves in the ass. Yeah, Darnold is a Super Bowl champion, and he led them to a 14-2 record last year. Leads Seattle, or a 14-3 record. Seattle to a 14-3 record. Go figure, Minnesota. Do what you do. Yeah, still wearing the helmet. He probably won't be able to get it off. I don't know. Next year, the Steelers are going to either win or have the win stolen from them. The Steelers are going to, look, the Ravens are going to do a midnight wind dump on the eve of the election. A midnight eve, the night of the election, a midnight wind dump in the ballot box somehow. Let's see here. He's got the retro card back cover girl port. Hey, speaking of which, man, I like that figure, and I've seen her out a couple times. My local toy shop. I was there just let's see, is it Thursday before work? Went by there, had some good stuff. They did have retro cover girl. They did not have retro Flint. They did have 00 Snake Eyes, 00 Snake Eyes for $100. I don't know if it was the Korean version or the American version, but whatever. I should have got it, but we're in slow season, so I gotta take it easy. Got to take it easy. But yeah, local toy shop here in Nashville is pretty good. Yeah, right. Yes, I'll tell you. The Steelers ownership, probably not those guys anyway, but yeah, it seems that there's a lot of people in the Epstein files. That's for sure, Ronnie. The halftime shows have been downhill since we didn't see Janet's nipple. I agree. I think that well, Prince came after Janet. He did have the Who, um, 2010 Super Bowl. I think it was Saints won that one. I think that was very good. I thought it was very boring. Have they done Metallica? Like, I don't know. William Emery says Palomalu hair on Trump would be sweet. Yes. Okay. You, my friend, have given me an idea, and I'm going to try to do it right now in the moment. In the moment. Okay. Can you, we're going to Gemini here. We're going to Gemini, okay? Can you create an image? Right now, War Chest is probably cussing me at my prompting skills. Can you create an image of Donald Trump with Troy Palu? Let's see. Troy Polamalu. Pola Malu hair. I think I got it. All right, let's see what it gives us. That will be fun. Joe Raha 42 says ain't a halftime show since they took away our nipples back in our day. Nipples galore. Yes. I will say this. Everybody does remember where they were during Nipplegate, during that Super Bowl. I think everybody, I truly think everybody, if you watched it, remembers. What do you think about this? I'd have to refine it a little bit, but, what do you guys think? Huh? What do you think? It's not long enough, but it's close. Look at the Steelers helmet in the background. Jim and I did a pretty good job with a really shitty prompt, don't you think? Don, you're looking kind of sexy there, buddy. That's, got that fresh out of the shower, non-straightened Demi Moore look going on. Jennifer Connelly, maybe. Great, man. I appreciate the suggestion. Holy shit, you guys are fucking awesome. Yeah, G.I. Jetman says the Super Bowl halftime show was a horrendous piece of shit. I've seen that opinion. I absolutely have seen that opinion. I'm not gonna say I thought it was that bad. I will say that I didn't think it was that good. But I respect that. I respect that, and I have a feeling tomorrow at work I'm going to be hearing quite a bit of that at work. I will say I'm not going to defend it in any way. I told you guys I thought it was, it was mediocre, but I don't think it was as offensive, I guess, to people, if that makes sense. And I think NBC was very careful about what backup dancers that they showed. Let's just say that. Very careful, because there was some Blue Oyster Bar action going on with those dancers. Yeah, Jetman, don't hold back. Tell us how you. Hey, you know what? And I appreciate it. 100%. Turk says I like honest opinions. I do too. And I 100% appreciate that, and I'm not gonna argue with it at all. I was curious to hear your opinion, GI, because I didn't see you on Tuesday night. I was curious to hear your opinion about Wonder Man, because I actually liked Wonder Man just fine. I didn't think it was a superhero show, but I thought it was a good show about a struggling actor, and I thought the acting performances were good, and I thought that Ben Kingsley was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. He does look like Weird Al, doesn't he? Weird Don. Good call. Yep. Good call. That's what everybody says. Agreed. So with a quick prompt on Gemini, there you go. You too can make your own version. Make your own version of Donald Trump with Troy Polamalu's hair. One of the greatest defensive players and safeties in the history of the NFL. Never forget. I'll never live it down. I liked Superman. I didn't love it. Damn it. This guy's really pissed off at you. You know that, right? He's coming for you, buddy. He's coming for you. He's coming. Oh, Lord. Let's just you go back over there. Joe Raw 42 says Green Day, even self-censored. I was disappointed. Yeah, that was interesting. I was still at work when they performed. NFL probably did lay ground rules. And if you don't follow them, then they will cut your shit. They'll probably cut your mic. I can't argue with you, though, in a sense, but I think that at the first sign, because it is on a delay coming into your home, probably about a 15-second or 20-second delay, I would say that at the first sign of trouble, the NFL would cut the mics. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, they'd cut the mics. And that's just how they go. William Emery says, being in San Francisco, Metallica should have been the halftime show. They're huge NFL fans, and they have not performed yet. Yeah, I'm curious because I think Metallica over the years, like the last 15 years, would have been a great show, an absolutely great show for halftime. You know, enough hits, mostly off the Black Album. Let's not play any games, okay? It would have to be their more mainstream stuff, but I do think that it would have been a good halftime show for sure. Yeah, Green Day, Shane. Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, it's sold out for a lot of their fans. I think sold out is the proper term, the proper phrase. Unfortunately, I missed the Doomsday and Brand New Day Super Bowl ads. Yeah, well, I do have some of this saved, and then some of it I'm going to have to look up so you guys can bear with me. Let's see, Super Bowl trailer for Brand New Day. I do have the Mandalorian and Grogu one, and I do want to show that, and I do want to show the Supergirl. But I am going to show a deleted scene from the Avengers that you guys may not have seen. I am going to show a deleted scene from the Avengers that you guys may not have seen. So give me just a second and I'll pull that up. It's time to look at some trailers, shan't we? Let's see here. Sometimes it's kind of hard to find that stuff, to be honest with you, even on YouTube. But I am going to pull up this deleted Captain America scene from the Avengers, and you guys may very well not have seen this. This was definitely new to me. Let's see here. Let's try to get it in a format that's a lot easier to see. Other than widescreen. Well, we'll give it a shot. Okay, so this was a deleted scene from the Avengers of Captain America saving a young Tom Holland, Spider-Man. So check this out. Get underground.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you've seen that before, but that just came out like, what is it? Let's see here. Yeah, yesterday. They just released that. Yeah, what a dumpster fire. I like the Avengers, if that's what you're talking about. But a young Peter Parker saved by one Captain America. Early CGI.
Get underground.
Yes, sir.
Nice call on the dumpster fire, Shane. Very nice call. But I'd never seen that before. That was kind of interesting. Let's see. Bobby Wold says, you're going to try out the Burbs series. Yes, and actually, okay, to answer that question, no. Because I can already tell. And tell me, Bobby, tell me if I've already kind of... number one, we've all seen the movie, right? We've all seen the movie The Burbs. A very weird movie. A funny movie. A good Tom Hanks movie. I think the end of it would have been better served if it didn't end in the way that it did. I think a different ending would have been really, really neat. Maybe finding a bunch of, like dead people or something, something crazier. I think the end was a little wacky, but I do like that movie. I just don't know if you can do it in a show. And looking at the cast already, I mean, it's fine. It is a pretty average cast, I think. But I just don't know what you can do with a show. Like, how do you stretch that out? I think something like that is best served as a movie. I think it's best served as like a couple hours, an hour and a half. To stretch that out into a series, man, like that's tough. That's tough. William Emery says, I'm a little unsure about Doomsday. Tony is Iron Man. Yeah. And Tom Hanks realizing he was the killer all along. Yeah, it's... I remember as a kid, growing up and watching the... let's see. Watching the Burbs and really enjoying the Burbs. But at the same time, not, it's easy to grasp as a kid. It's a pretty easy movie to grasp. But it's dark enough, I guess, the premise. I just don't know really how you stretch that into a series. I think there's a lot of filler in there. And if it follows the movie, or at least it's somewhat related, then I think it kind of gets old after a few episodes, Like, I just don't know. Yeah, Pete Carrie Fisher, for sure. A lot of people forget about a lot of the movies that Carrie Fisher was in post Star Wars, and it's easy to forget, but she was a good actress. I mean, Star Wars really didn't allow her to use her chops a ton, but she was a good actress. Okay, let's see here. I want to make sure I get this, because, man, I'm going to tell you guys, and I don't know about y'all. When I try to look up trailers for on YouTube, I get so many AI generated trailers. And you'll look it up and it'll tell you, like, hey, this is the trailer for, whatever. And then you click on it, and then in the description, it'll say AI generated fan made content. And they get so difficult to try to find sometimes. And just now looking, like, I'm typing in Avengers Doomsday, Super Bowl trailer, right? And I'm getting nothing but fan-made AI, like 13 years ago. This is a fan-made AI concept trailer. So if you have the link, please send it to me and I'll find it. But I do have the link for a couple other ones, and so we'll take a look at for one. Let's take a look at the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer that aired tonight, and I want you guys to tell me what you think about this. Very short trailer. I'm sure you saw it. I think it's yeah, good stuff. Man with One Red Shoe, Blues Brothers, 100%. Okay, tell me what you think about this trailer. I think this trailer was very mid. I think this was extremely mid. Does that make you excited for the Mandalorian and Grogu? Does that get you hyped? Them using a Budweiser style commercial with Tauntauns. Because as soon as I saw the Tauntauns, at first I thought it was a Budweiser commercial. And then as soon as I saw the Tauntauns, I was like, oh shit, you know what? Sorry, I'm glad you reminded me. Let me do that again. Okay, let's try it one more time. My bad. It's a one-man show, right? One-man band. Here we go.
Sometimes we choose our path. Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven by a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break. This is the way.
Only in theaters and IMAX May 22nd.
All right, what do you think? Sam Elliott. I think that's an AI Sam Elliott. That's not. I can't believe that'd be Sam Elliott. I guess for me, and like I was saying, look, I thought it was a Budweiser commercial, and then I saw the Tauntaun. At the very beginning, I saw the Tauntaun nose, I think. Like, you see all this, right? And it's like, oh, okay. Then you see this, and you think, oh, it's a Budweiser commercial, right? Then it's like, wait, those are not. And then this part right here, and I was like, that's a Tauntaun. And not only does it not give you an idea of what the fuck this movie's about, which, by the way, comes out in May 22nd. And we don't even know what this movie's about other than them rescuing a hut, which kind of has already been done in animation form anyway. But we don't really know much about this movie, and this is the trailer that we get. Is Tauntauns in the snow. Yeah, it's funny. It's a Budweiser commercial. I mean, this you guys tell me, do you think this was made in AI? Do you think this was made in AI? It's damn sure not Sam Elliott. That's for sure. But I got to be honest, man, like, it wouldn't surprise me if this was made in AI. Clint Jorgensen says we'll be at Mega J Fest on the 22nd in Torrance. Well, then you'll be able to go see it, right? Clint, I think Pedro's also playing the Tauntauns. Yeah, he may very well. He's popping up everywhere. He is. Todd C says, be more interesting if they would be drinking that breast milk Luke was chugging. Some people want to see that instead. I can't argue with that. I'd rather that have been Falcor. Oh, the never-ending story. Everybody, the never. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was going to be Beer Ad too, Turk. Like, totally. 3 stars is different. Meh. Shane says, your Tauntaun will be dead before you reach the first marker. Then I'll see you in hell. Joe Rob 42 says, wow, Lucasfilm found a way to make me dislike Sam Elliott. Sons of bitches. Yeah, they can make you dislike a whole lot. Trust me, they've made me dislike a ton. Graph, that was proven to be fake news, Clint. He actually turned down the role when he heard he couldn't go inside a Tauntaun. Damn, you guys are brutal, and I love it. Yeah, William, I'm with you. Checking out on Mando after the Luke episode. I liked the Luke episode at the end of season 2. After that, season 3 was brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yes, George probably did have chest pains. And hopefully he's okay. The whole thing is in Spanish. You all have a few months to learn. Well, in that case, I'll be going to a subtitle theater in my area. And the subtitle showing will be at like 7:15 a.m., right? I just know it. Damn it. Yeah, but this, for me, there is talks, there is conversations that this movie could go to streaming. There are conversations that it could go to streaming. I don't think it's going to get pulled from movie theaters, but there are conversations it could go to streaming quicker than what they probably wanted. Okay, we also got a new trailer for Supergirl. If you guys want to look at it, format is kind of whatever, but I personally don't give a shit. And I don't think you guys really do either. I don't think you care about this movie in the first place. But we will take a look. Here we go. Well, shit.
Who are you? What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Kraton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. This is not gonna end well for you guys.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
I mean, does that get you excited for Supergirl? I mean, this looks like a funeral procession. I don't, who fucking knows? I mean, there's nothing about this trailer. Look, everybody loves puppies, right? We know that. But, like, there's nothing about this trailer that gets you excited. There's nothing that gets you hyped about this. We still don't really know what it is, and probably so, Clint, probably so. They will find a way, I'm sure. James Gunn will find a way to sneak in some pissing on Superman joke in here, right? You know what I mean? And yeah, William says if I was a 14-year-old boy, and even then, I don't think 14-year-old boys give a shit about this. Like, I don't really know who their audience is. And what I do think you're going to see online is all the same old bots and the same old bullshit from the same old locations that are all telling you how amazing and what a triumph, and it delves into a real Supergirl. And this is what it should have been all along. And they should have started with Supergirl instead of Superman and laid the foundation and given it. Oh, Crypto's amazing, for an AI dog. It's not even a real dog. But there's nothing about this trailer that I mean, the first trailer they showed that has her in action, you know, slamming people around and stuff like that, and that didn't get people excited. So now we have a softer trailer here with her meeting Crypto, and this isn't doing it. This isn't getting it done. I mean,
Huge.
What was it like to lose everything in a day?
Krypton didn't die in a day. The gods are not that kind. This is not gonna end well for you guys.
What's Superman like?
He sees the good in everyone. And I see the truth.
so that line right there, you know, Superman sees the good in everyone and I see the truth, already gives you an idea. The whole thing about Krypton didn't fall in a day, the gods wouldn't be that kind. We're going to get a referendum on Krypton and how corrupt it was and how bad the leadership was, and there's going to be a referendum on Krypton, and so you're going to see some politicking there with the film. I truly believe that. This film is not going to do well. And for Netflix trying to buy Warner or Paramount, I think they're going to come in, if either one of them, and they're going to scrap this shit. They're going to scrap this shit and they're going to get rid of it. They're going to get rid of it. This movie is not going to make any money. Very well could lose money depending on what they spend on it. Joe Roth 42 says, show me flying acrobatics, battles, her desperately overcoming the odds with a sneer. Show me something interesting. I agree, 100%. Anything, something interesting. And William says, I agree. We've had Superman again and again. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I don't mind that we have a Supergirl movie. It's just there's really nothing about this that is really exciting anybody. You're not finding people talking about it. Nobody's, you know, for all I know, you might find more people excited about a Supergirl comic, right, than absolute Batman than you are about this film. And it is coming out this year, June 26th. Hopefully we'll be at Joe Fest. Pop will buy everybody a ticket for this movie. I won't buy everybody a ticket. However, if anybody wants to go see it, we probably could find the nearest theater and sneak out one of those nights. But I have a feeling we're all going to be busy hanging out in the bar and the lobby, getting to know each other and all that good shit. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. They had the opportunity to make her so punk rock, and she is a morose alcoholic with crippling depression, which sounds like a fantastic movie to me. Movies are an escape. I don't need a movie about my neighbor Dawn. Okay, for fuck's sake. Exactly. And I think a lot of people are coming to that conclusion the more they see about this film. The more they see it, the trailers. And I mean, realistically, like, none of these trailers are doing it for anybody. Like, really, like, none of these trailers are capturing people's attention. I know that the Project Hail Mary is a movie people are wanting to see. That comes out in March. Yeah, she's a Targaryen. You know Targaryens. If you've been watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms, you know they've referenced Targaryens fucking each other on the rag, right? That's been a regular joke in the show, and I love it. Because they do. They're all quite retarded, and they all quite sleep with each other. Incestual tardos. Okay. Let's see. Like I said, if anybody has the link, send it to me. I will check Instagram if you guys have. Let's see. Because I did try to find the Doomsday trailer on YouTube, and it just gives me like a bunch of nothing. Let's see here. Just in case. No, Menjoza. I don't want to watch a workout video. Well, depends on who it is. Doomsday Super Bowl. We'll go to that. teaser trailer 7 hours ago. Okay, that's Supergirl. Okay, I tell you what. This is all the Super Bowl trailers. So how about we just go through it? I do not see a Doomsday, though. I don't see a Doomsday at all. I see, I'll even show you guys. I'll show you guys the rundown right here. Minions and Monsters, He-Man Masters of the Universe, Scream 7, which looks like shit. Supergirl, Project Hail Mary, Super Mario Galaxy movie, which you've already seen. Mando and Grogu, Hoppers, whatever the fuck that is, and Disclosure Day, which is the new Steven Spielberg movie. Joe Fan 84, how you doing, buddy? Probably been working today, I'm guessing, I don't know. Well, actually, yes. And I also was about to guess it. You fell asleep, and I don't blame you. If you watch this game, I can fully understand why you fell asleep. Wayne Emery says, I'd be excited for the Wonder Twins. I'd love to see a Wonder Twins powers activate. That would be freaking awesome. Totally awesome. So let's take a look at the Motu. Is it different? Did they show us anything different, ladies and gentlemen? Let's find out. Another look at the Masters of the Universe, otherwise to me known as He-Man.
Take the sword. You protect them.
Masters of the Universe, only in theaters June 5th.
What do you think? What do you think? Hey, you speak for all of us here, Joe Fan, and I do care about football, but I'd watch lingerie football all day long. You kidding me? We're on the same page, buddy. Scream 7, like, I can't. Like, I can't get into that. Like, I can't do anything with that. It looks stupid. We can watch it if you guys want to. Let me know. Tell me yes or no. I don't care. I've got all these trailers right here. By the way, number 28 on the movies trending chart on X. Or on, YouTube, by the way. This video right here by Trailer Spot. Fuck. Maybe I should just do trailers all the time. Maybe for a YouTube channel, I should just do trailers nonstop. And climb to number 28 on the trending chart on YouTube. Just so nut but trailers. Is there anything on here that you want to see? I agree. Should have stopped after 1. Turk says pass. Joe Fan 84 says pass. I mean, there's just nothing on here that excites me. There are other movies coming out this year, but Super Mario movie doesn't do anything for me. Project Hail Mary, I mean, I do think this movie is going to be good. I think it is going to be enjoyable, and I think it's going to be a surprise hit of the year. I don't think it's going to do gangbusters, but I do think it's going to do okay if they do it right. Let's find out. And tell you what, we're going to look at Disclosure Day after this, because I want you guys to see Disclosure Day, and I want you to tell me whether or not you think Disclosure Day is just another Independence Day. Here's Project Hail Mary.
I understand that you think I'm the right person for this mission. I understand the stakes.
Object approaching.
If we do nothing, everything on this planet will go extinct, including us. Dr. Grace, the world is counting on you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm Grace.
I Would Die for You by
We're here for the
Prince.
same reason. His son is dying too. If we're gonna save our planets, we have to learn how to communicate. Check this out.
I will.
We have about 250 words. Let's find you a voice.
Why is a school teacher in space?
Nope.
Why is a school teacher in space?
Try this.
I am Rocky. I like.
So I have a new roommate now.
Hi, Grace.
Together, we're pretty smart. But no one's ever done this before.
It is time go.
I think you're being go time, pal.
There are infinite possibilities for this to go wrong.
This ship wasn't built for this. Now!
If Grace Rocky saves stars, we can go home.
I think this is a one-way trip for me.
I will not let Grace die.
I mean, ain't nothing like a guy named Grace. All right, let's just not kid ourselves. Of course, I'm kidding. Whatever. But do you think they showed too much of the alien here? Do you think, because I think that's a problem that we've seen with not only most trailers is they give too much away, but on top of that, if the alien makes up a large portion of this film, which it seems like that it does, is it a good idea to give away what it looks like, what it sounds like, his interactions with it, in the trailer? Like, I keep that shit a mystery. It could work the opposite way. If you don't show people enough, they won't be interested. They don't know what it's about. But I think in this case, it almost works to the detriment, because I think a lot of people will feel like they've seen it. You've revealed the creature. You've revealed the alien. But I do like this, and I think this is going to be a surprise hit. I think Matthew feels the same way. They've changed a little bit from the book. It is a book. They've changed a little bit from that, but and as you guys are saying, it's just enough. And Joe Fan says, wouldn't mind watching it. Frank Duman, how you doing, man? Good to see you, buddy. Turk says, hey, it's piqued my interest. Yeah, I'm curious. I think this is going to be. I do think this is going to be for sure a not a surprise hit, but I think it's going to do better than expected, and I think word of mouth. I think people are going to like this, and I think it's going to spread. I think it's going to do all right. I could be completely wrong, but it is a good kind of hopeful movie, and I think people like to see your Apollo 13s, right? Those kind of movies. Encounter any issues, your Interstellars and stuff like that, especially when it comes to space movies. Just a guess. I hate to hear that, Joe Fan. I hope your cat didn't break your Leonidas figure. Let's see here. Let's cut that. I hope it didn't get this guy. I don't even know how to do this. I can't even get it in focus. Oh well, whatever. You know who I'm holding up. Who gives a shit? Anyway, I'll put him back there. He's probably in better focus up there on the shelf than he is right here. But anyway, yeah, so Project Hail Mary looks pretty good. Shadow Dragon. Okay. Yep. That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. William Emery's excited for Matthew Lillard in his return. We'll see. We will see. Let's see here. Okay. So let's take a look at Disclosure Day. That's the only other one I really want to show. I don't care about Super Mario. I don't care about Minions. Jesus Christ. How many Minions movies can we have here? But let's take a look at Disclosure Day. And you guys tell me what you think about this. I personally think this is I think it's a Stephen King Independence Day.
Interrupting our coverage. There has been a threat to publicly release government material long shrouded in secrecy.
Are they people?
No.
Do you think there could be others?
People have a right to know the truth.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world, all at once.
If you do this, there's no undoing it.
There will be no other day like tomorrow.
I mean, to me that just doesn't look. I mean, what is that? To me it seems like a aliens are invading, or they're already here. Somebody knows about it, or there's an alien already here that wants to let everybody know. We'll see. I don't know a lot about it. Haven't read a synopsis or anything like that, but I just nothing about that seems to warrant, hey, this is Spielberg back in his element. He's recaptured the magic. I don't see that. We'll see. Sequel. So that's the tough thing about this whole sequel remake thing, right? Is that to do sequels to movies that are 40 years old is something that I talk about with Matthew sometimes, is that newer people that they want to draw to movies, they don't really want hand-me-down IP, right? And even with remakes or whatever, reboots, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, you're remaking something that's 40 years old, 50 years old, 30 years old. And to attract new people to the theater, it's like they need their own properties. They need their own stuff that they can call theirs. They don't want granddad's fucking Star Wars. Star Wars will always appeal to people to an extent, right? Even the bad shit. But it's like, I heard somebody today talking about Terminator. And they were like, yeah, my dad took me to see Terminator 2 at the theater. And I think I was like 3 years old, which got me laughing. But this guy's, he was born in 88. I'm sure he'd be interested in a Terminator movie that was good, that came, let's say a new Terminator 3, not the one we got. But for younger people, I think they need their own stuff. Like, I really do think they need their own stuff. And I think it's the creativity part that's missing so much. Like, it's the risk averse part of it, being scared to try new things because people won't show up for it. Well, I mean, number one, you have to make good shit. Like, you have to make good shit and try to attract people on old stuff. And also, too, let's not kid ourselves. A lot of the old stuff that they've done has not been good. I mean, for instance, just to give you guys an idea, with the new Starfleet Academy, these are the kind of characters that they're bringing into Star Trek. We have a transgender Klingon, right? So, like, even if you wanted to bring somebody new into Star Trek, which is your great-granddad's fucking property, this is what you're being given. The new Starfleet Academy show, by the way, out of like 10 cast members, like 7 of them are either trans or gay or bi or something. Like, and so even on the new stuff, they're taking properties, they're remaking or they're continuing stuff, and they're not really bringing stuff that people want. I mean, this is what you're getting, right? And it's not every show, but you are getting. I mean, look, this is an abomination, folks. Like, let's not beat around the bush. Let's not kid ourselves. Let's not hold back. Let's not go, oh well. Like, this is fucking embarrassing. This is a Klingon, who, by the way, is a bird watcher. And if you've watched any Star Trek at all, you know what Klingons are all about, right? Bird watching, and this is not two of them. It's not one of them. So, yeah, just, so that's kind of what people are being given, continuing IP, continuing your granddad's IP. And all of us, we know what we want, but we're not the target audience. The He-Man movie, are we the target audience for He-Man? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't know. And unfortunately, there's something that I want to share with you guys about the new He-Man movie. All right? From the director, Masters of the Universe, Jared Leto's Skeletor will display toxic masculinity. Jared Leto's Skeletor character in Masters of the Universe is the kind of embodiment of toxic masculinity, says the movie's director. Speaking with Empire Magazine, Travis Knight opened up about what Masters of the Universe fans can expect from Leto's performance. Skeletor was a really interesting villain, he explained. He looked cool. He was scary. He was funny. He was insecure. And then, of course, he had this distinct voice. I wanted someone to craft their own version of that. Jared approached us because he loves Skeletor and has his own history with the character. He wanted to swing for the fences, and ultimately we landed on something that I'm really happy with. Skeletor's kind of the embodiment of toxic masculinity. Previous iterations of the Masters of the Universe movie had Skeletor's face look like a golden skull mask. Knight, however, was very against this idea. I said, fuck that shit. Skeletor has a skull face, which will make fans happy, I believe. Knight said, that's just the way it is. It's a living, talking, emoting skull, and that's that. All right? So, I think a lot of fans will be happy with that. That it's not a mask. It is his face. But what do you guys think about the comment that he is the embodiment of toxic masculinity? And what does that even mean? Like, he doesn't even really expand on that. He doesn't expound on that. He just talks about how cool he looked, which he did. Scary, funny, insecure, distinctive voice. Yeah, we all agree on that. Toxic masculinity, though, like, look, that's a phrase that most of us guys in our 50s and 40s probably don't want to hear when we're going into a He-Man movie. Like, just describing one of the characters as that. You just don't want to hear that, right? And I'm with you. And I don't think it will be, Joe Fan. I don't think it will be. But, again, just, why even say that? Like, why say that in an interview? That's my question. I am glad that it is his face. I'm glad it's not a mask. I'm glad it's not some, thing like that. But, and ultimately, I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think you're going to see that. I think that's the director, and I think for whatever reason he felt compelled to mention that. But I don't think it's going to be part of it. Now, with the nameplate, I think that's kind of a joke / troll / whatever on the He-Man name and using the pronouns. I don't think it's going to be part of the movie. I honestly don't. Let's see. William says, I just hope He-Man does well so they could give us Thundercats. I agree. I think a Thundercats movie would be fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Shane says, nothing like a Klingon that needs a safe place to go. Yeah, right. I mean, it's just, what are we even doing? And of course, Shane, no one's watching the show. Like, it didn't even chart in the top 10 of Paramount Plus's own shows. Like, that's how bad Starfleet Academy is doing. Like, that's how much even new people to Star Trek are like, nah, I'm good. I'm out. Like, I'm good on that. You know, you have a hologram who's attending the academy who is searching for love, sexuality. Like, it's a hologram. Like, I don't know what else to. It's a very odd show, and no one really knows who it's actually made for. That's for sure. Yeah, Thundercats I think would be great. Graf says, since Empire is remaking, I hope it's just them taking a snippet out of context, something for clickbait, rage clicks while continuing their narrative. Well, hopefully, but the problem is you know, I don't know. I'd have to see the whole article. I'd have to look up the entire Empire interview just to make sure with context. For what they've given here, he does give some context. He gives a pretty good, you know, layout here about what Jared Leto wanted to do, what he wanted from the character, and what they landed with. But he does finish it up with kind of the embodiment of toxic masculinity. And I don't. Does toxic masculinity mean if somebody looks cool, but they're kind of scary, but they're also funny and they're insecure? They have a distinctive voice. Is that what toxic masculinity is? Rolled up into a ball? Is that what it is all those things together? Because that's what it kind of seems like he's saying to me. Is it someone who's funny but they're also evil, or an asshole, but they're also insecure, but also funny, like scary? Like I don't know. I don't know. That's his opinion, I guess. Man, I'll tell you what, if they gender swap Chitara, and Chitara looks like something out of that Cats movie, the live action Cats movie. You know what I'm talking about? Oh no, that's the real scary part. Let's see here. Yeah, autocorrect is a pain in the ass. I got you, man. I know exactly what you're talking about, Joe Fan, with autocorrect, and also with Thundercats. I think a Thundercats movie would be fantastic. Would it draw in enough people to make it successful? I don't know, and that's what I'm a little bit worried about. He-Man, guys, we have to go support this movie. If you want sequels to this movie, if you want this to live on, if you want this to get another movie, if you want other people to be excited for it because you're excited for it, then you have to go to the theater. Like, you can't wait for it to go to streaming. You have to get out of your house, you have to get off your ass, and you have to go to the movies. And you have to pay the money to go see it. I recommend matinees. I always recommend matinees, even if you go by yourself. Always. So, to me, it's like, if you want this to be successful, and you really want this thing to take off, and you like what you see, then you need to go see it at the movie theater. Because if you wait to see it on streaming, it's not going to. It's just not going to. In a recent Senate hearing about the Netflix bid to buy Warner Brothers, they asked Ted Sarandos, the Netflix CEO, about the window for putting movies that Netflix makes in the theater. If they're going to buy Warner Brothers, are they going to put a bunch of shit straight to streaming? Are they only going to put it out for 45 days? Are they going to give movies a longer window? Or are they going to focus just on streaming and fuck the theaters? And they said that they've had some very underperforming movies. It depends on the movie. And he admitted that Superman underperformed. So even though I loved Superman, they admitted Superman underperformed, that it did not make money. Superman underperformed. Now, if you read all the articles, they would tell you that wasn't the case. But the CEO of Netflix, when asked directly from Senator Ted Cruz about the viability of them putting movies in theaters and letting them run, CEO of Netflix, Ted Sarandos, said, well, it depends on the movie, and there have been some underperforming movies, and he named Superman right off the top. Literally right off the top. So if people wanted Superman to be successful, they'd go see it at the theater. If you want He-Man to be successful, you need to go to the theater to see it and not wait for it on streaming. Because if you wait for it on streaming, I can guarantee you there's not going to be another movie. It won't make its money back. Shane says, I get letting everyone in, but you can't make movie shows for less than 1% of the population and expect it to make money. I agree 100%. And see, the thing of it is, Shane, is by saying something so logical, you will be labeled a hateful person. By expressing an opinion that is pretty common, you will be labeled as someone who is a terrible person and you hate people. And you're just stating a fact. Like, that's just a fact. You know, numbers, they don't hurt people's feelings, right? Like, they don't care. It is what it is. And so, yes, we know it. You've heard me talk about it all the time, right? Is that all these companies have done that. Star Trek has been doing it for years. Obviously, but many shows. The Last of Us season 1 was a good show. And then what did they do with season 2? What did they do with season 2? You guys remember? Do you guys remember this? Let's see here. Let's see if you guys remember this little scene right here from Last of Us season 2. Maybe this will give you an idea. I'm going to be a dad.
I'm gonna be a dad.
I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a dad.
I'm going to be a dad. I mean, that's what they did to Last of Us season 2. They took a good show and then they ran everybody off. Because they turned it into a agenda-driven, ideology-driven show when instead it should have been a show about Joel, and the game should have been about Joel and Ellie, and instead they changed the game, they changed the show, and they ran everybody off. That's exactly what happened. And I don't even know if there's going to be a season 3. I got to be honest with you. Graf says it probably means he's bad to evil Lynn, so she's not truly evil, but a victim. Yes, they usually change that narrative as well. We've also seen in a lot of movies and shows, they give the villain like the backstory that it's not really them being evil. They were wronged in some way in their childhood, or, you know, Cruella de Vil was attacked by Dalmatians or something. Dumb shit. Yeah, they can't just let a woman play an evil role. Well, no, of course not. They can't do that, right? They cannot do that. And we're still seeing the effects of that today. We're still seeing it. You still see it in action sequences. Some people are bold enough to let women, get banged around. But for the most part, you do not see male on female violence, even in a superhero movie. And yeah, Joe Fan, it could be for government kickbacks, for ESG kickbacks. I mean, that's been known for a long time. But either way, with He-Man, as you guys are mentioning, Joe Fan 84 says, I'm going to take my son to see it with my He-Man figure. Hell yeah, take pictures. Post them, put them on Instagram, share them on Twitter, share them on YouTube, right? That's really the way that you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to spread the word about it. Let's see here. Shane says you even have to order tickets online to shows you can't go to. I usually order my tickets online all the time and pick my seat because I like picking my seat. Back, middle, top row. All day long, baby. Let's see. Yeah, Gundam movie's probably going to be hard to find on a screen that's near you. A big enough screen. A big enough, well enough movie theater. That's probably something that's going to be niche, or it's going to have like 1 or 2 showings a day at best for like a week. But that something like a Gundam movie, something like that out of China, or something out of like South Korea, probably going to be hard to come by, unfortunately. And Williams says, unfortunately, you're right, but I'm going to need a muzzle for my mouth. Too much of a critic regarding Motu. See, look, loved Motu growing up. I don't know enough about it to be overly critical of the characters and stuff like that. To me, it's going to be the story. It's going to be the story. It's going to be the writing and the dialogue. It's going to be our plot. Like, we know our plot. What do they do with that plot? Do they rush through it? Do they give it time to breathe? Do we have an act 1 and a proper act 2 and then a 3? Those are the things I'll be looking for. But I think I will be entertained. I really do. I really do. Let the hate flow through you. Afraid this battle station is fully operational. Let's see here. Yeah, 87 Motu in theaters, William. That's a trip. That's a trip. My mom took me to see RoboCop in theaters. Go figure. She had no idea what she was getting into. Let me put it that way. Cooking with Eric. Big Eric Thurman's here. Says Bad Bunny would have done fine if he sung in English. I agree. I think more people would have been. Look, if you missed it, I just want to say I didn't think it was horrible. I just think that a lot of people tuned out because it's like watching a foreign movie without subtitles. And eventually, the images are only going to carry you for so long. Unless it's a fucking silent film. Otherwise, just after a while, it's like, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, and there's only so much dancing, and he's not a dancer. So it's all the other people dancing on the floor or field or whatever. And Eric says not going to see He-Man. Dig it. I get it. Yeah, right on the projector is the best. 100%. Got to. All the time. First R movie I ever remember seeing was Species, JoeFan84 says. First boobs I ever saw. Hell yes. Good boobs. Good boobs to see, I gotta admit. Man, I can't remember. I cannot remember. If Lady Gaga had eyebrows, she could have saved him. That shit looks weird to me. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see chicks with no fucking eyebrows, that shit weirds me out. Like, that shit legit wears me out. It looks fucking weird. It's even when they draw them on, the shit looks weird. No eyebrows. I can't stand that shit. It's fucking wacko. And I like Lady Gaga. I watched the Monsters Ball thing when it was on HBO. I remember watching that, and she's really freaking hot in that. Like, really freaking hot in the Monsters Ball DVD, whatever the fuck it was, concert, whatever. No eyebrows is general weird unless they're a cancer patient. Jesus Christ. Ouch. Yeah, and even then, it's fucking weird. All right, let's not kid ourselves. All right. I'm a terrible person. But look, we're all living on stolen land, right? I mean, come on. Let's not kid ourselves. Oh, wow. So, do you guys want me to show you a little bit of a halftime show that you might remember that you probably would enjoy? How about this one here? She can't sing, but I could watch her. I could watch her if she was singing in Spanish. How about them apples? How about them fucking apples, huh? I remember that halftime show. Look, Mary J. Blige comes out on stage, and then Steven Tyler and fucking what, NSYNC out here? I don't fucking know. I mean, look at Brit. Look at young JT. Look at a young JT. Shit. Don't be so quick to walk away. Oh, fuck. We ought to reminisce about the Super Bowl shows of yesteryear, right? Yeah, Janet, obviously. I mean, that shit was so wacko, dude. That was so wacko. Let's see. Mom took me to see Total Recall Naked Gun, says William. Eric says, I didn't think I saw our movie till I was 18. You were a good boy. You were a good boy. Lethal Weapon. First boobs in the theater I saw that I can remember. Yes, the beginning scene. The very beginning of the movie. Correct me if I'm wrong, but am I right? Like chicks doing booger sugar, right? At the beginning of the movie in Lethal Weapon. You see some booby. It's what's the song that's playing? It's not Let It Snow, is it? Jingle Bell Rock. Jingle Bell Rock. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's see. Turk says it looks like them old ladies at church have one brow, all crooked and shit. Damn. What church do you go to? Right? Anthrax and Public Enemy. Okay. All right. You're reaching down in the bag for that one, bro. All right, Shane. Let's see. Todd says, my dad let me watch Death Wish at 5. I wasn't the same after that. 3-Star and I used to watch we used to get some pretty good shit on VHS back in the day when we were young. I think his mom would let us kind of pop in whatever. She'd fall asleep anyway. So we pretty much kind of had our run of whatever. Fright Night, where dudes like check and chick out across in the other house. That shit, Total Recall, 100%. Can't forget that. Joe Finn 84, Dad's all about action films would bring me. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. Look, I remember watching Nightmare on Elm Street when I was like 10 or 11, 10 years old at a friend's house at a sleepover, birthday party. Stuff like that. I mean, shouldn't have been watching that at 10 years old. Johnny Depp getting drug across the ceiling, but they're, banging or whatever, about to bang, whatever the fuck, right? Scene before that. I mean, there's shit in Nightmare on Elm Street. A lot of those horror flicks back in the day. Used to see a lot of that shit. Very risque stuff in there when I was very young. That was normal. Very, very normal. Kids today, you think they're exposed to so much more because of the internet and tablets and stuff. And maybe they are, but I got to be honest with you, man. Like, I think a lot of these kids watch YouTube. I think they watch gamers playing games. I think they watch a bunch of YouTube shorts. Do they come across chicks in those Lululemon fucking pants that have the seam going up the ass crack so it accentuates both fucking cheeks? Maybe. But I'd say a lot of kids, even though they have the access, I'm not so sure younger boys are really searching. I think they look, Porky's right. Like, I was watching Revenge of the Nerds, the scene where a dude dresses up like Darth Vader and he goes into that one thing and he gives head to the chick that's in there, the cheerleader, the hot cheerleader, and she doesn't know that it's him, right? You know what I mean? Like, I remember that shit. Yeah, Joe Fan, right? I mean, that's a lot of those kids, man. Yeah, that's my pie. Yeah, a lot of those kids, I mean, they watch Let's Plays. They watch video games. They do. I really do. So, did I ever tell you guys a story about staying at my friend Tommy Batts' house? So, Tommy Batts, his dad did construction or some shit like that. And they had a nice house, and they had a satellite dish. And I remember me and Tommy stayed up late, and we were flipping through the satellite dish, and we found some, like, European porn channel or whatever. We're probably like 10 or 11, something like that. And we were watching it, and then I guess we got scared. We were worried we were going to get in trouble, so we cut the TV off. And I remember waking up the next morning, and Tommy's dad's like calling him upstairs, and he's like, "Tommy, come upstairs." And I remember him coming back downstairs. He's like, man, we got in trouble. I was like, what happened? He's like, man, we forgot to change the channel when we turned the TV off last night. And we got busted by his dad, who turned the TV on the next day. And it was like, what the fuck? God. You know, it happens, right? It happens. That happened a couple times when I was a kid. Yeah, a lot of horror flicks had booby scenes. I'm with you, Todd. Still love boobies to this day. Who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? I mean, let's not kid ourselves. As a matter of fact, hang on. Let's just hang on a minute, shall we? Let's see. Cancel that. Let's bring that up. Because I do have some good shit to share. As always. As always. Anyway, yeah, let's see. Yeah, Porky's at 7. I showed that a minute ago. Joe Fan says, I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons when I was a kid. Didn't have cable to watch stuff. Well, Simpsons was on Fox. You could have got Fox on over the air. 100%. I'm pretty sure. At least I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, folks, so let's take a look at the lovely and the talented, the magical and mysterious. You know, I love to share this stuff because I'm a man. Here's my girl.
I have the first ever.
I hate the volume on this shit is so loud. Like, I don't know how you turn it down on Instagram. Like, you guys educate me if you can. I don't know how to turn the volume down on Instagram. Like, it's crazy. But nonetheless, this is Sydney Sweeney advertising her lingerie, which, you know, is above board. I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's wonderful. Damn. Well, I saved that one, but I guess it's gone. I had a great video that somebody sent me on Instagram, but the post is gone. But you guys know I love my girl. I gotta share her. Let's see here. Clint says everyone better be checking out Pugs Thursday with a friend. An all-time GOAT is gonna be on. Well, let's take a look, Clint, shall we? Let's see who's going to be on A Punk with Toys Thursday with a friend, shall we? Let's see here. Live. You have Thursday with a friend coming up, and it is one talented Joe Fan 84, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Fan 84. Let's give it up. Gonna get to know Joe Fan 84 a little better. And I got something for Joe Fan here. Here we go. Yeah, there we go. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Thursday with a friend with Joe Fan 84, all-time legend and GOAT. That's right. Good stuff, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I hope you have a good time, man. It is a good time. It is a good time, and he'll pull it out of you. He'll get you talking. And so yeah, you'll have a good time with it, that's for sure. William says my mom was awesome. She also took me to see Jaws 3. I saw Jaws 3D in the theater. I did see Jaws 3 in the theater. That was wild. That scene in the beginning where you get the half a fish that's bitten in half and it's floating right in the middle of the screen at you, right? It's kind of like rotating or some shit. It's like a fish bitten in half. I remember that. Playboy Channel. Okay. All right, Shane had some very hip folks. Damn, William says my dad took me to see Porky. Rock and fucking roll, dude. That's pretty cool. Joe Fitz says he caught his dad watching Playboy Channel when we finally got cable in 2000. Well, I mean, you know, of course. Why not? Why not? Let's see. Oh, my Boy Scout leaders taught us how to set up a satellite dish back in 1990. That's pretty cool. Look, any kid I knew that had a satellite dish, like their parents had money. That's the way I always assumed it, right? If you had a satellite dish back in the 80s, then it meant you had some bucks. And those things were fucking huge, by the way. They were massive. There are no direct TV satellites that you got now. Those things were massive. No lie. Absolutely. Let's see here. Play it again, says Ronnie Trick Shot. Play it again. Play it again. What? You want to see it one more time? Just for you, Ronnie. Just for you. Without the sound, though, and I hate it because it's so fucking loud. Like Instagram, you should be able to like control the sound so much easier than like just on and off. I don't get it. But yeah. Come on, man. Who wouldn't? I mean, this gal, she's just great. She's just the best. Just the best. Roddy wasn't finished. Right. Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous about Thursday with a friend. Just be yourself. Make sure you got good sound. That's the main thing. Just make sure you got good sound so everybody can hear you. That's the main thing. Just make sure that everybody can hear you because that's why everybody's tuning in because they want to hear you. But yeah, it'll be fun, man. You'll have a good time. William says, my friends were impressed by my finger smashing playing video games. I had practice being the descrambler trying to watch the Playboy channel. Guys, if you're of an age, you knew how to do this on the cable box. You knew how to flip you knew how to get it just right in between the two channels where you click it real quick, back and forth, and you'd get you like a half second of boob. Especially on Skinamax, right? Like, come on. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, you know, you could use the laptop, and it is easy. It is easy to set up. You just go on Chrome, go on whatever he sends you the link to, like Instagram, and you jump on there. You click the link, go to StreamYard, just make sure that the sound is routed through it. But it's not difficult. It really isn't. It's pretty good. Yeah, and Will R7284, welcome, Will. And Will says, I don't really need the sound. You know what? Just for old time's sake, I don't need the sound either. I don't need the sound either. Like, come on. Let's not kid ourselves. Just put it on a loop. And my channel's going to get struck, right? They're going to strike me for playing this. They're going to, say I've seen much worse stuff on YouTube, like the naked news, naked weathercasts. Like I've seen naked yoga, and they try to pass this off as like valid channels, and it's literally just naked women fucking giving the news. It's the dumbest shit. And those channels are on YouTube. They exist. Ronnie, you can look them up. Let's see here. Got quick shot instead of trick shot. Damn, that's good. Yeah, Clint, you're right. I remember trying to explain the theory of relativity, and I did struggle with that one. I did. We'll just leave it right here. I did struggle with that one. I'm not going to lie. But I think Joe Fan 84 is smarter than I am, and I think he's going to get through it just fine. Shane said, just let that play in the background. We just leave it right there. I mean, that's, you know what I mean? If Sydney was playing Supergirl, would you go see it at the theater? 100%. Like, I'm not. And I like Millie Alcock, too. I like her name. I think she's good in House of the Dragon, the first season, before they did the age switch. I think she's good. I think she's cute. I just think that movie's just not going to be very good. It's James Gunn, and I just don't think he knows how to write these characters. Space and time are relative, not absolute, and all motion is relative to a frame of reference. Well, see, I told you, he's smarter than I am. Yeah, I say that to myself, Will, all the freaking time. All the time, I promise you. Especially at my job as a bartender. And what's sad is, like, I'll have girls come in, and they'll be 15, 20 years younger than me. They might be 30, 32. And I can have great conversations, entertaining, laugh, have a great time while they're there. Good conversations, like a fun time. But I also know that if I was not behind that bar and I was at a bar and saw them, that conversation would not happen. I know that. That's the part that sucks. New thumbnail unlocked. 100%. Why does she have Lawrence and Baldy locks under each arm? Shane, oh my God, that's right. The thirsty with a friend from your car. That's I forgot about that shit, dude. Holy hell. Oh God, that's great. Yeah, look, I feel you there. I feel you there. Sneezing and throwing your back out. It's the fucking worst, isn't it? So, so I'm gonna have to take Sydney off the screen for a minute. I know that's gonna anger some of you. Don't riot, please. Okay, don't riot. Um, but let's see if I had a couple other things I had saved here. Yes, I do. I want to share with you guys. So we got the first on-set pics of one Sophie Turner as Laura Croft. What do you guys think? What do you think? I'm out of here. you take her off. I'm out of here. Damn it. No. Yeah, Shane does a good job on every stream. I mean, that's just some people are good at it, like and natural, and some people aren't. Some people have to work on it. But Shane knows what he's doing. You give her a 5. Yeah, I'm just not a fan of this. There's a couple other images here. Why do they have her dressed up like latter day Scarlett Johansson in Avengers? Like, you remember early Scarlett Johansson in the Iron Man movies and Avengers and shit? Like, they had her some cleavage, they had her, sexy. And then later on, they started giving her like a fucking chest plate and arm armor and like covering her ass up. Because some fucking chick got in there, some liberal chick, feminist chick got in there from quality control or some bullshit on the movie set, was like, nope. I know these movies are made for teenage boys and men, but we can't have Scarlett Johansson showing her Johanssons, right? Like, we can't be having that. Like, we can't entertain our target audience, right? We have to reject our target audience. So they covered her up. Well, this is the same thing, right? Yeah, pass for me. And Todd says I give her a 5. If that's being generous. Yeah, this is the new Tomb Raider. New Tomb Raider. Easy pass on this movie. Yep, that is Laura. And I agree, Todd. If she had on the traditional shorts from, let's say, this right here, from Angelina, even Alicia Vikander to an extent, but Angelina always will be, always has been the GOAT when it comes to Tomb Raider. But as we see here, why? Like, why? Missing the fucking point. Missing the point. Not understanding the target fucking audience. Like, this is step number 1. Understand your audience. Who is coming to see this movie? Number 1, they're not coming to see it for Sophie Turner. And number 2, they're not coming to see it for Sophie Turner dressed like this. Like, what the fuck? They don't understand the basic premise of know your fucking audience. It's just, and they continue to make this mistake. Here we are, a decade later into this bullshit that we've been dealing with in all of our entertainment. It's okay for women to be sexy. It's okay to portray them as sexy, especially a character like Laura Croft. It's just fucking brutal, man. There is a new Resident Evil game coming out, and for that, I'm looking forward to it because it does look cool. Will, as far as a movie, I don't know. Yeah, a George Romero Resident Evil. I think would be good. It would maybe have its drawbacks as well, but I think really anything he would do with Resident Evil would be better than what we ultimately have gotten. Shane says, "Oh well, when Happy almost wrecked the car when Scarlet was changing the back." Yes, hello. And that's funny because that's something that happens. That is a real life thing that happens. A guy would be looking in the rear view. A guy would almost wreck his fucking car. It's funny. That is funny. It is relatable. There's nothing wrong with a scene like that, right? Yeah, she's Laura. Exactly. That's the sad part. Yeah, Iron Man 2, Scarlet, any day. I agree with you. 100%, man. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Angelina, are we riot? Well, unfortunately, it looks like we're going to be rioting, and if this is any indication of what we're going to get, my guess is it's not going to do well. At least it will be a talking point right off the top, and if this is what she looks like in most of the film, then let's not kid ourselves. Like, people are not going to be into this. It is totally unfair, Graph, that we did switch to this. But I did want to bring it up, and I'm going to talk about it with Matthew on Tuesday because I'm curious to get his opinion. I think I kind of know about it, but yeah, it's another step in a wrong direction that they continue to march in. And as Joe Fan says, meanwhile the industry is crying about losing billions of dollars. Yeah, they talk about losing money. No one's watching our shows. No one wants to come to the movies. Yeah, because we've been given a bunch of bullshit time and time again. You don't always have to listen to fans because fans don't always have the best ideas, right? But you can at least understand who your fans are. And you don't have to just completely kowtow to them. But I think that number one rule, understanding your audience, is crucial. And this is another indication, once again. Yeah, those Klingons look sexier than this. I don't know. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? You tell me. This or this? It's like going to the optometrist. 1 or 2? 1 or 2? God damn it. Yeah, I've also have, yes, absolutely. No, Shane, it does not. And I don't know if you've heard me and Matthew talk about it. So Joe Finn says 2. Yeah, I'll take 2 all day long in this competition. So here's the problem, okay? Streaming, because you have to sign up for a subscription and people cancel it. And even though they do sign up, they maybe only watch something one time. They may not watch it at all. But with DVDs, you could market DVDs. You could put the product out in person. People could see it. You would purchase the DVD. There's also something about having it forever, right? You had extras on there. But selling DVDs was just a bona fide way, especially around the holidays, around Christmas, because they would put stuff off. Big movies would wait till right before Christmas, November, after Thanksgiving or whatever, and then you'd have a big push, own the latest, Indiana Jones on VHS, own the latest Tomb Raider on DVD, just in time for Christmas at Circuit City or whatever. But you had that revenue stream. Streaming, they spend a lot of money on stuff that no one watches. Nobody's signing up to watch The Acolyte for Disney Plus. No one's signing up to watch Obi-Wan. And look, as much as I love Andor, no one's signing up to watch Andor. And between those 3 properties, they spent over $1 billion making them. 3 shows that only had 8 episodes each, right? Something like that. Maybe 10 at the most for Andor, something like that, per season. Over $1 billion on those 3 properties, those 3 things alone. And no one's signing up to watch it. No one's signing up. Yeah, it's the wrong pick. I know, right? Vision correct. I'll take this, Laura. Right. And she's not ugly. Look, Sophie Turner is an attractive young lady, but Laura Croft, she is not. And especially when they've got her looking like this. Especially when they have her looking like that. Toys for Laura Croft going to make as much as the DVD, though. Well, if they make them, you know, when's the last time you saw like a mainline Laura Croft Tomb Raider toy at Target? Right? If you're gonna get toys for Laura Croft or Tomb Raider, it's gonna be like some special deal, right? You know, I mean, I don't even remember there being action figures when Tomb Raider was like the bee's knees. I don't even remember that. Go back to Andor, you stupid Wookiee. Hey, man, I love that show. I absolutely love that show. This is not rumored, Will. This is Laura Croft. This is Sophie Turner as Laura Croft on the set in her tactical outfit for the new Tomb Raider live-action series. That is it. And Joe Fan 84, do yourself a favor and watch Andor, especially season 2. Fantastic acting, fantastic show. Andor really is, and you can tell they spent money on it because it looks like they spent money on it. Very, very good. But I highly recommend it. I promise you that. Highly recommended. Let's see what is coming out. They did put a new episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms out the other night on Thursday, I believe. They put that out early because they didn't want to compete with the Super Bowl because of tonight. And then we have, let's see, I'm trying to think if we have a Primal, I believe, comes out on tonight at 10:30, which it should be out, a new episode of Primal. I highly recommend Primal on HBO. It is amazing animation. This season is a lot of fun. Episode 5 is out tonight, I believe. And I don't blame you, but you can still find them, Joe Fan. You can still find them. You can get creative, my friend. There's a site called watchseries.rn. Check it out. Trust me. Yeah, Andor is the saving grace of Star Wars right now. I cannot recommend Andor enough. It really is that good. If Laura is coming to Classified, is she going to have a baja on and a cowboy hat? Is Laura Croft the new shadow reveal for Classified? Is that Laura Croft with a hat, a cowboy hat? I'm gonna create one, and I'm gonna posit that as my guess as to who that character is. Yeah, Paramount's great. Crunchyroll's great. You know, Paramount is good, but like I said, you can get creative. If you want me to send you a message on Instagram, I can message you where you can find how to watch brand new movies and how to watch TV shows. Trust me on that. Williams says, yes, Andor is a great show. Unfortunately, 2 seasons. I agree. Unfortunately, it costs so much, there's no way they could have made another season. It truly did. Extremely expensive show. Yeah, this show right here, Primal, I'm telling you, this show is freaking awesome. Absolutely awesome. Please do yourself a favor and check it out. Please. Let's see here. Odds are Classified Laura will use less plastic than Pythona. Hey, that Pythona figure is pretty fire. Let's not kid ourselves. And she's got some Sydney Sweeney about her, you know? I mean, look, Pythona, I can see it. Also, I'm going to finish up with this. Do yourself a favor and go check out Fallout. I am a huge Fallout fan. And I think that I think you should go check out Fallout Season 1 and 2. Season 2 just concluded. Season 1 highly rated, highly watched on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon, you have Prime. So there's no reason why you can't watch it. Fallout, in my opinion, a lot of people have been concerned that it's ruining the lore, it's retconning the lore, it's changing the what's canon, and it's really not. It is expanding on some things, but they haven't changed any canon. They haven't changed any endings of like whatever ending you chose for Fallout New Vegas. They haven't ruined the Fallout universe. They have expanded on it. Are there choices that I'm not crazy about within the show that they've made? Yeah, there's some. There's some storylines that I would rather not follow, I think, that are kind of meaningless maybe in my opinion. But overall, it's funny. It's got some good acting. It has some very good plot lines. Walton Goggins is a treat. He's very good as the Ghoul and as Cooper Howard. You have Justin Theroux, who plays Mr. House. And I think that they've had fun doing this show. I think they've tried to stay true to it. They've tried to stay true to the look of it and the feel of it. At least the Bethesda Fallout. If you're a fan of the old school Fallout, like 1 and 2, maybe this won't float your boat as much, but I don't think they would have been able to expand much and do a show if it was just those first 2 games. I do think since Bethesda took over, they've given it some extra personality since 2007, I guess. And so they have something to work with. But I think they've done a good job on this show. I think it is worth your time. Each episode, there's a couple in there that may not do it for you, but I think most shows are like that. I don't think every episode is a banger. It's not Game of Thrones the first 4 seasons, right? It's not Breaking Bad the whole. I think even Breaking Bad had episodes that were lacking, in my opinion. But for 2 seasons of television, since we don't get 20 episodes anymore, I think for 2 seasons of television so far, Fallout has been pretty good. I've enjoyed it. I think it's a good show. I recommend it. I really do. I think you guys would like it. It has some great gore. It has some great tech. In a way, it's got kind of that nostalgic gear porn in a way with some of the guns and certain things that they use. And again, I think Walton Goggins is just really freaking good. Like, he steals the show, not only in the flashbacks to the pre-war, pre-apocalypse, but also as a ghoul in the current apocalypse. And so, yeah, like I truly highly recommend it. I really do. And I think, people that, Fallout fans that are bashing on the show, I get some of their concerns, but I think some of it's really blown up. I really do. I'm not saying it's the best show around. I'm not saying it's the best written show, but I do think it's enjoyable, and I think it is worth watching. So since season 2 just concluded, I'm sure most of y'all have Amazon. You pay for it, so you've got Prime. So do yourself a favor and check it out. It's worth it. It's worth taking a look. And season 2's got some interesting things they do. If you've played the games, it has some interesting things that they do with the moving forward from New Vegas. I find it interesting. I did want to show you guys, before I get out of here, I did want to show you guys a new game that's being developed, and this is what's wrong with video gaming today. This is a new Horizon. You guys know the Horizon series, Aloy hunting the robotic dinosaurs. Horizon Forbidden West. So this is a multiplayer Horizon game where people can go out in groups of 3 and go hunt robotic dinosaurs together. And I want to show you guys the character designs for this game. And I want you guys to tell me Whether or not you think that this is for the mythical modern audience, or whether you think regular gamers, hardcore gamers, or gamers in general are going to be into this. You guys check this out and tell me what you think. This is pretty bad shit. Like, the character designs are brutal.
Of the old world came the machines. For ages, they were the guardians of the natural world. And they turned against us. Now, they're getting deadlier by the day. All across the land, people are dying. That's why our leader gave me this command. We have to...
Now, this is like Fortnite-looking style of artwork. This is not like the Horizon games in the sense that this is the artwork, okay? But I want you to look at these character designs here coming up.
Fight back. And to do that, we need a team.
Okay. We have Grady from Sanford and Son.
Soldiers who always hold the line.
Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Oh, baby.
And mercenaries.
Because everybody wants to play as this chick with a peg leg. See, what even is that? Daddy, chill.
Who may have crossed it now and then.
Look at that. Stopping on a dime before sliding over the edge with the peg leg.
Then. Infiltrators. Who hide.
Look. He gets saved by who? Uh-oh. Hey. Oh. Wait. I Fuck.
And champions. Who shine in the light.
I've seen that here at some protests recently.
Starts. Whose stories are just beginning. And legends.
Oh, and then we have the old racist white guy.
And for one last shot.
What the fuck am I even watching?
The last line of defense. For those who need it most. Made up of the greatest hunters in the land.
I can't. I just can't. And do you know that there's some chick who works at the development team, this is a self-insert. Like, I guarantee you there is a woman who works on the development team at this studio who looks just like this. I can almost 100% guarantee it, and did a self-insert into this game. Just these two alone. Like, these two alone, right? And don't get me wrong. Like, would I? Yeah, here on the far outside here, I would. But, like, you also know this bitch is crazy as fuck. Right? Like, you know this chick is crazy. You guys' comments are rolling by, so I just got to throw them on here. Okay, so, Bob and Juggernaut had a baby. What the hell is that? Dang, she's fat. The peg leg is strong. Stew for lunch. God damn. It is one strong peg. Will, oh God, you got it. You got it, right? Yeah. So you guys tell me, is this a game that you are interested in playing? Yes, unlockable character, social justice warrior. And if these are in fact the greatest hunters, I think we're all fucked. You're right. It's yeah. No, where's the septum ring? That's what we're missing. Yeah, this is bad news. And actually, I do have a couple of an interesting post here on X that was showing that they were looked like they were using AI for the trailer, and I don't know. I'll try to enlarge the image here. It's hard to enlarge it when you have someone this large in the image, but I'll enlarge it if I can. So it looks like they're using AI in this trailer. If you see, there's 3 hands here. There's a hand, the right hand. There's a hand here over the treasure chest, and then another hand over that treasure chest, and then another hand over here. And then you'll see in this image, there's 2 heads in this image, and then 2 peg legs in this image, if you can see what I'm talking about here. And then you have here where it's like this tiny head here, and then like the hands and the arms look really wacko. Let's see. There's another image, yeah, right here where you have an arm here with the gauntlet, and then you have a wrist, band or whatever, and then you have another arm here. There also was an image with I think the bow, I think it was like the arrow or something like this spear rather. There's like another image where they have like 2 spears coming out. From what I understand, it's actually an animation choice. This type of animation, it's kind of like the Spider-Man, Spider-Verse. It's a style of animation where movements are accentuated or accented, and it's a very deliberate thing where they draw a specific way. And I think that's what this is. But people are claiming the AI was used for this trailer. It could be. Yes, Seattle Baristas. Yeah, you nailed it on the head. I think there is a tripod in there somewhere. I firmly believe that. But yeah, this is again, character design. This is indicative of the gaming industry. It's the same old, right? It's the same old thing that we see all the time. Oh, well, this is that image there. Somebody did it right. Concord fried chicken. Yeah, people are saying this is the next Concord. And that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, in the least. It seems like the gaming industry just does not know how to, once again, know what their audience is, right? Like they don't seem to know who it is that is going to play their game. And when you market it, to a certain group of people who don't even play games or support your product, they'll get mad when you don't have anything in it that looks like them, but they don't even support the product. And I think that's the thing to me. And I think that people are worried, Will, about the new Grand Theft Auto. They are concerned. They're saying that they think that Rockstar has lost its edge. The brothers who wrote a lot of the stuff for the characters. If we've all played the Grand Theft Auto games, we know how against the grain those games are. We all know how they make fun of all kinds of stuff, kind of like a South Park in a way, except not recent South Park, because they seem to have only gone to one side of things. But a lot of people are worried about the new Grand Theft Auto. We will see. It has been delayed again. So, we will see kind of what that looks like. But yeah, I'm curious to see if Grand Theft Auto tries to calm that stuff down, or if they continue on the way that they've always done. I'd be curious, but yeah. Anyway, so. I think that's about all I got, you crazy cats. Got to work tomorrow. And then Tuesday night, I will be on with Matthew again. Got to figure out exactly what we're going to go over. If you guys have anything you want to hear about, shoot me a message on here, or comment on the video, or shoot me a message over on Instagram, PopBlender75. And let me know if there's anything you want us to cover or take a look at, and I'll do my best to check it out. Again, highly recommend you guys check out Primal on HBO if you can. And JoeFan84, anybody that wants to know the link to a special site that you can go watch a lot of stuff, just let me know. Message me on Instagram, PopBlender75 on Instagram. But yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday night with Matthew to go over some stuff. So let us know what you want to hear, what you want us to talk about, man, and I'll be glad to check it out for sure, man. But I think that's about all I got for tonight. I think next Sunday we're gonna watch a lot of videos of a lot of stupid people. I've held off a little bit, kind of wanting to talk pop culture, but I got a lot of these people at these protests and a lot of these fucking wacko motherfuckers that I want to show you guys some videos of that I think you will enjoy watching people make fools out of themselves. But I think tonight after the Super Bowl, I kind of wanted to check out a couple trailers and talk about some shows and stuff. But next week, I definitely want to show a lot of these videos, that I've saved, because some of them are pretty embarrassing watching people. I think it's fascinating. I think it's very fascinating. But I do appreciate you guys. Y'all are awesome. William, Shane, man, always appreciate it. Turk, man, appreciate it, man. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday, and look forward to Thursday. Thursday with a friend, man. Yeah, can't wait to check that out, Joe Fan. I'll be checking in. I have to work Thursday night, but I will check in as soon as I get out, man. So yeah, but I do hope you guys have a great night, man. I really appreciate you sticking around with me, and I'll be back Tuesday night and then next Sunday. So from me to you, I only have one more thing to say.
So long, gay boys!